Here's some stuff I found outside the algorithm this week. First up, I was at the beach recently and decided to revisit some albums I haven't listened to in a while. One that stood out was by loukeman, who's an artist that's continued to gain popularity, but I always find myself going back to his first album from a few years ago. He uses this collage of samples and synths layered with vocal chops that bloom into these really catchy experimental pop songs. The tracks Shadow and Took a Turn are two of my favorites from this release. It's great music for staring into the waves and sweating out your feelings, or bopping along in the background at a house party. I've also started collecting images of textile art as inspiration for a project I'm working on. Anything woven or lacy like this always feels so medieval and cool, even though most of these are actually pretty recent pieces. I could see stuff like this being channeled into some more modern logo or clothing designs. I especially love this deer here that looks like it was done all with a single line of thread. Now, I have not paid attention to the World Cup at all, but I have been going down a rabbit hole exploring vintage Olympic graphics, especially these old stamps. My favorites come from the Munich Games in 1972, which you can see here definitely have some Bauhaus influence to them. I love how these artists made the most of the small footprint they were working with by combining really simple iconography with bold colors and patterns. Finally, I know Hokas were never really cool, but I've been on the hunt for some new hiking shoes. I have an old pair of Hoka boots that are pretty beat up, but I've always loved how lightweight they are while still providing good support. As a runner, I also prefer my hiking boots to feel more sporty than the traditional leather boots from someone like Danner. Thinking about checking out these Mafate hiking boots and taking them for a spin. If you tried them, let me know what you think. That's it for now, but I'll be back with more inspo and rabbit holes I'm exploring outside the algorithm soon.
Hi, I'm MK, welcome to my world.